Invasion of Gracemeria through the heart of a nation. Mission 01.
Attention all pilots. Our capital city Gracemeria is under attack by unknown aircraft. Damage from the attacks is widespread throughout the city. All planes scramble and intercept all threats immediately.
Sorry for me to screw up. Okay, you got a good view of the map of the world coming into this briefing. I think from Ace Combat 4 onwards, the games are set in a fictional version of the world called Strangereal, which has mostly the same features, just sort of jumbled up a bit. The game takes place with you flying as the Amerians. I wonder who they represent. Actually, they're not the only culture that represents the US, though, because in Ace Combat 5, you fly as Ocean fighter pilots, and I know they're supposed to represent the US. And the Belkans maybe represent Germany? I'm not sure. And were you fighting against Estevakians in Ace Combat 5? Or was it somebody else? I think it was somebody else that you were fighting against. Anyways, it takes place in a fictional version of Earth called Strangereal. And for the interest of the game, just think, American equals American for this. Or at least some Western democratic nation, really. Okay, tutorial. I could probably use that, but we're not going to go in there. Okay, like I said, I'll be using the F-22, and I'll probably be using my Mobius version. Or Ace Combat X, actually, the Griffith Squadron. I have Mobiuses, too. Or do I? Griffith Squadron. Apparently not. Technology is ultra powerful for the air dominant fighter. Spencer capable. Is a powerful preemptive fighter. It's kind of weird. It has the exact same fighters of modern day world, including the badass Su-47, which actually never entered mass production in real life. And it's generally agreed that the reason it didn't is because there wasn't a military on Earth badass enough to fly around in it all the time. I prefer the F-22 Raptor. There's also the Nosferatu, which I like. I usually take the downloadable version of it, though, which has better armor with less speed and mobility. And this is really the jet I like to use for a few of those missions where you have to fly through a tunnel, because it's slower and just easier to use in those. We will not be using this for the introductory mission. Using a CFA-44 for the first mission in the game is like killing an ant with a sledgehammer. Just don't do it. But it is... each Ace Combat game has a super jet that you can earn. And the CFA is basically Ace Combat 6's. In Ace Combat 5 it was the Falcon, and in Ace Combat 0 it was the Morgan, I think. But which was basically the same thing as the Falcon. In that game, it had this laser that basically just instantly killed whatever you pointed at. In this game, it has two things. One is called the EML, which is a railgun. Basically a poor man's Falcon laser. And the other thing it has, which is far more effective in my opinion, is the ADMM. I'm not really sure what the actual name of it is. I can't think of it. It's abbreviated as ADMM, and basically what it is every episode of Macross ever. It fires this hail of missiles that will just follow shit until doomsday. And really, it's really useful in the higher difficulties because the enemy pilots, especially the enemy ace pilots in this game, tend to defy physics. a little bit in their maneuvering. You know, they do things that are just not physically possible sometimes. So, it's very useful for that. And you can look around, fiddle around with the various... Yeah, I'm going to be doing that all day if I stay in here, so... We're going to take the Griffiths F-22, though. This is the most balanced fighter I have. I really like it. And it has its own sort of version called the X-Mag. I also like the Sod. And it's perfectly named, too. The Sod. That's the perfect name for it, for what it does, which is just blow shit up. And the Quick Maneuver Air-to-Air Missile, which is so goddamn frequently seen in multiplayer. Jesus, I hate this thing. It fucking follows you. It doesn't matter where you're facing either. If you're locked onto them, it'll fire backwards and chase after somebody. I hate this thing. I hate it. I like this thing. Advanced Medium Range Air-to-Air Missile. And we're going to deploy with that shit.
Garuda team, time to take off.
It's still killing an ant with a sledgehammer, but it's killing an ant with a much smaller sledgehammer. And cooler looking. I don't know, the Nosferatu looks cool as well, but I like the... Nosferatu looks like fucking space age shit, but I like the, Raptor. Well, the Raptor is space age, too. No, I don't make any sense. Let's just jump into this mission. Aerial defense, air-to-air, invasion of Gracemeria. Let's go!
They took out King's Bridge! Who's attacking? What the hell is going on?
Hello!
Get those planes up fast! Roger that. Preparing for takeoff. I want a damage assessment.
Yes!
We've taken
Yes!
damage from those bombers, including another civilian casualty. What's going on with the bombers? We can't hold out much longer. What? The orders from above.
It's the entire point of these games. Yes!
Garuda 1, you are cleared for takeoff. Don't get overeager. Just do what you always do.
Yes!
Garuda 1 liftoff. Cerberus team runway clearance granted. Takeoff when ready. All aircraft under airborne command's jurisdiction following takeoff. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill.
Airborne warning and control system ghost tie to all scrambling defense craft. The situation has not yet been ascertained. We must implement an emergency reformation. Follow your individual instructions. Garuda 1, you do not have a wingman. Let's see. Shamrock. Shamrock, are you alone too? Very well. As of now, you're Garuda 2.
Okay.
By default, you'd be in the same jet as him.
So I'm Garuda 2. Garuda 1, I've got your back. No time for introductions now, though. Go ahead and I'll follow your lead. Never was good with directions anyhow.
Garuda team, you are authorized to engage any hostile aircraft above Gracemeria.
Roger that. May the Golden King smile upon us.
The entire point of these games is just pure jet porn. That is it. Now, a lot of people actually... Oh, God!
Garuda 1 Talisman and Garuda 2 Shamrock. We are currently in a state of emergency. Our nation is under attack by unknown forces. Do whatever you can to fend off the invasion.
Garuda 2, roger that. Garuda 1, you call the shots.
I just marked the guy for my wingman to attack. I'm going to attack his buddy.
Garuda 1, there's too many of them. Whoa! Use your SP weapon.
Alright, you insist.
All ships to terminate enemy forces over the bay.
And...
Anti-air guns ready for...
Die!
Our runway's been bombed to hell. It's totally useless now. Focus on anti-aircraft.
Now, a lot of people like to fly in the cockpit view, and if I could remember how to get to it, I probably would too.
We've got an idea on the invaders. We're engaged with the Estovakian military.
The Estovakians? Their economy's been in shambles for years. Looks like they finally snapped.
You know what? Fuck the cockpit view. I like to see my jet.
Gracemeria is currently under attack by unidentified aircraft. The damage apparently
Oh.
extends throughout the entire capital.
Whoa!
Enemy tanks have made it to the ground and they're coming at us. Prepare to engage.
I repeat, I need backup.
I'll take care of this.
Fuck! Oh, I'm stalling.